What's up, guys? I'm Ink, this is Magic Arena, and today is a special day because for 24 hours only, Magic Arena is having an event going on called a Flash event. And this is an event in the similar style to Quick Constructed, where you play games at your leisure and it doesn't end until you get a certain number of wins or a certain number of losses. Now, in this event, it goes until you get 3 wins or 2 losses. So kind of about, it should take half the time that a Quick Constructed event takes. And the prize structure is much more forgiving. Of course, in Quick Constructed, if you only get 1 win, which you could see in my video, my first video at least, I got 1 win and I got back 200 gold, and that was it. So basically my reward for playing was that the event cost less than it should have. Well, this Flash event, no matter how well you do or how poorly you do, you are always getting back at least 1 pack of Dominaria. So that's super cool, super forgiving. But the reason I'm doing this is because I want to see if it's worth it for the players who don't spend their money on gold. You know, I've gotten to the point where I'm not buying packs anymore. I'm saving my gold for Quick Constructed events and then eventually draft. Now, if you are planning on buying packs, well, then there's no reason not to enter this event, because, you know, you have a chance of getting what you want plus some. Well, what about players like me who don't really want the pack necessarily, who, you know, would rather be getting a real reward rather than just buying a pack of cards? That's what I'm doing here. I want to check out the rewards and see kind of, should you be playing this if you're not just trying to get a pack out of it. Now, I've actually done this event once already today. When I got up and I saw that it was a timed event, I just went ahead and got through it because I wanted to try it out before time was up, and I didn't really have a chance to record at that moment. So I went 3-1 during that first event, and my rewards were the pack of Dominaria and 500 gold and a second pack. So I guess I should probably explain the reward system. If you get 0 wins or 1 win, you get a pack of Dominaria. If you get 2 wins, you get a pack of Dominaria and a special bonus item, which can either be a pack or some amount of gold. Now, if you get 3 wins, you get your pack of Dominaria and 2 of these special bonus items. Now, to my knowledge, Wizards hasn't actually released the information on what different items that you can get, but so far as I've seen through me playing and through seeing what other people have said,
prepare to defend
it seems like you can only get packs or gold. But no one really knows exactly how much gold or how many packs. So I guess theoretically, for the price of a single pack, you could end up winning 3 packs. Or you could get your money back and still get a pack. You know, not really sure what the prize system is yet. But me personally, like I said, I got 500 gold and 2 packs. So for the price of half a pack, I ended up with 2 packs. So you could kind of say I quadrupled my investment, I guess, which is nice. I went super positive in that match, in that event. So, you know, if you asked me right now, hey, do you want to spend 500 gold for 2 packs? I would probably take that deal just because it's a deal and it most likely doesn't happen all the time. But, you know, if I didn't have a whole lot of gold, I would rather put that gold towards an event. So, you know, again, for those people that just want a pack, it's going to be super worth it to go ahead and go into the event because you have a chance to get more than a pack. But I'm not so sure that it's worth it if you would rather be spending your gold elsewhere. So, game 1, playing against a black-white deck, and we are firmly in the lead. Well, I should say, we were in the lead.
Why hire servants when you can raise more?
I love how they have voice animations in this game. It's super cool. Although it's a little weird when, you know, Wizards officially gives a Planeswalker a voice that you didn't give them in your head. Because of course everyone has an idea of what these Planeswalkers sound like. But now there's like an official version. That's always strange. Anyway, this Liliana just put in some work, playing basically 3 creatures for 5 mana, which again is what the Regal Caracal does anyway. But now the Liliana is still in the field. And then here, so if you ever are attacking an opponent with a Planeswalker, you have to choose if you're attacking them or if you're attacking the Planeswalker. And this is actually a pretty intuitive system. This is kind of like, you know, how it should be done anyway, how it should have been done the whole time. It's just a little weird to me coming from Magic Online because, you know, Magic Online is very by the book. It follows the rules very strictly when it's not bugging out. And I think they might have just recently changed it, but for the longest time the rule was you attack your opponent and choose whether or not to redirect the damage to their Planeswalker. Well, now it's just pick one or the other. So, you know, that's definitely how it should be. It's very intuitive. It's just kind of awkward when you're not used to it. Alright, so this is the pivotal turn. This is where we really go for the W. The biggest question here is, which creature do I say can't block when I exert my on-crop crasher? So kind of the biggest choice would be the Regal Caracal because it's a 3/3, but you know, it shouldn't really matter if it can block and kill something because we're going for the win. So instead we go for the Lifelinker because if our opponent blocks with a Lifelinker, you know, of course they gain life. And then after I Ramanap Ruins, I think that they're still at like 1 or 2 life. So that's no good. We just say, Lifelinker can't block. We get the damage in. We Ramanap Ruins. And that's game 1. And I'm super... like, I'm really hoping that I win all 3 of my matches because I'm so close to gold. Really, really want to hit gold. And now here, we see the rewards. I don't think I'd mentioned it earlier, but it's so weird that you get the same reward for 0 or 1 wins. It's just, it's really awkward. Really awkward. Alright, thanks to the power of YouTube time travel, we're actually here with game 3 now. So in game 2, we ended up losing to this green-white mid-rangey deck. They ended up getting a big 5/5 life-linking angel, and we just couldn't get over it. But it was a really grindy game. It took over 10 minutes, and you know, if we lost, I figured might as well cut it out, keep the video shorter, because who wants to spend 10 minutes watching a game where nothing happens just to watch your hero lose, because I know you're all rooting for me. But yeah, here we are, game 3. Pretty nice curve with cartouche in hand, because even though I've only got 1 cartouche, it's got to be in every opening hand. It's just got to be. Got to get discarded to the brawler, and then I draw my 1-drop on turn 2. So off to a good start. Well, we just bashed him for 2, so I mean, we are off to a good start. Alright, so what I'm thinking about here is, how do I want to deal with that mark? Because I don't want it to block, and I don't particularly want it to die, because then he'll just get a token back and he will have traded our resource for basically nothing. So I decide to go with the triple 1-drop play, playing the cartouche so that my Soul Scar gets 2 points bigger, but then also magma spraying the martyr so that he does not get the token, because of course magma spray says that if the creature would die, it gets exiled instead, and the martyr says that when it dies, its controller gets the token. Well, because of the magma spray, it didn't die, it got exiled instead. But kind of a moot point because he just plays another one. So this time we go in for the 3-drop. And we go ahead and exert it so it can't block. I'm still not 100% sure if that was the right play, but if we hadn't exerted, then he would have blocked, killed the on-crop, gotten a 1/1 lifelinker. We'd have only dealt 4 damage. This just felt better. And he follows up with plenty of creatures of his own. And so I spent a bit thinking how I want to go about this. Do I want to, like, where do I want my lightning strike to go? Do I want to hold out and hit him in the face with it, or do I just want to use it as removal? So here I am thinking. I believe that I did actually go with swinging and saving it as removal. Swinging with the 1 creature. Yeah, and now we remove the Legion Lieutenant because that's his most dangerous creature. But we're also pumping up the Soulscar Mage while shrinking the Martyr. So our creature is going to survive. His isn't. Thinking back on it, I wish I'd swung with the Earthshaker, because either he'd have taken it and then we could have lightning striked him to death, or he would have blocked
I have faced worse than
and something of his would have died. And we've got 5 lands, so we're only 1 away from bringing this Earthshaker back. So he plays Karn, and this is a really tough choice. So between Legion's Landing and Mavern Fane, we have to pick one to give him and one to exile. But the one that we exile, he could get back anyway. So I ended up giving him the Legion's Landing, which is essentially a 1-mana, 1/1 lifelinker right now. Now, this could be dangerous if the game goes on a bit longer, because then he's getting at least a creature every turn. But for right now, he's not transforming that landing unless he starts swinging, and he has to swing with everything. He's not going to do that, or he's going to lose. But I didn't want to give him the Mavern Fane, because then the reward is much higher for a bit less effort. He just has to swing with 1 creature, 1 non-token creature, and then he gets a 1/1 lifelinker. So I figured the safest bet was to just go with Legion's Landing. And here I am swinging out. I'm going to say that one of his lifelinkers can't block. I'm pretty okay if he wants to double block the on-crop, because then he'll go to 1. But I was hoping that if something was going to get blocked, it would be the Earthshaker. My opponent's a little too smart for that. He's not gonna give me a 4/4. But he does go to 2, not 1, because he had a lifelinker. So he goes to 2. He's in lightning strike range. So this is a pretty good position for us. He's got 1 creature. Of course, Karn could make him a 2nd creature, but you know, we're essentially a card away from winning. And it doesn't even have to be the lightning strike. Anything that says he can't block, or you know, something with haste, could definitely get through. Then he does play 2 creatures, which makes it a little bit harder. And then he creates a 3rd creature. Now I'm thinking, oh,
there is great
really hope I get lightning strike, and it's a Braid. So removal spell, I mean, good. It's not the 2-mana 3 damage spell that we wanted, but it's gonna help us get there. So there's no point in attacking the Karn, because our creatures aren't getting through. It's just not happening. But also, you know, why deal 4 damage to Karn when you could deal lethal to the opponent? So he triple blocks the what is it, Soulscar Mage, which is a really smart play from him, because if we have anything at instant speed, we can pump up the Soulscar. So now, when I abrade, I have to abrade one of the creatures blocking the Soulscar, which I was going to do anyway, but, you know, it's still a smart play. So we take out everything of his, and he just says, nope. He nopes out, gives us the W. I was actually very surprised that he conceded that game, because I feel like, you know, we were definitely pushing ahead, but it was still a pretty even game. He definitely could have gotten any good draw and just really pushed himself back into the game, but he didn't have time for that. He gave us the W. And so now we're at 2 wins and 1 loss. Playing against a gold ranked player. I really like the name Bat Smack, and I feel like it goes really well with the Bells and Lock portrait. So definitely on the draw. 2 lands, 2 1-drops, removal, 2 drops. Seems pretty good. And he takes a mulligan on the play, which means he's not getting that card back immediately. So we're pretty okay with that. So blue-red, this is very, very interesting, because there are not a whole lot of blue-red decks going around in Magic Arena right now, especially in events. Because it's the kind of deck that when it does well, it does phenomenally, but if it doesn't do, you know, really well, then it's not doing very well at all, if that makes any sense. So I just decide I'm gonna start beating him down. He's got a lot of removal in his deck, but he's probably also got counter spells. And then he plays Combat Celebrant. And alright, I guess he's playing Godpharaoh's Gift. So I'm super glad that I have these Magna Sprays. If I had the I can never remember his name, the Brawler, I would have discarded these easily against a blue-red deck. But now I'm super happy that I have him, because he is not gonna Godpharaoh's Gift that Celebrant back. And of course I could have used the Firebrand to kill it, but I would rather keep that damage, because dealing an additional damage a turn is much better than holding back a removal spell that, you know, what better target do I have than Combat Celebrant in this deck? So he spends his turn digging, which is great for us. Skirk Prospector is the only thing of note that he discards. Interesting addition, but it's ramp, so, you know. Now we didn't get our land, but we do still have a hasty 2-drop. So we're going to get in for 5 damage. And then this is an odd situation, because you can't help feel like you're ahead, but also with 5 mana he could do anything, but then he just plays another Combat Celebrant. And so now the idea is, well, what's more optimal? Do we Magma Spray it again and then get in for 5 damage, or do we Firebrand it, get in for 4, and then we have Lightning Strike up? And so I do decide to go for the Magma Spray play. I'm going to save my Fanatical Firebrand damage for his face. And I've also... Oh, sorry, I did not play the cartouche. But we pulled it through anyway, and we finally hit gold rank. So now I can officially say that I'm not bad at this game. And with that, we're out of the event, because we've got our 3 wins. We're going to get 3 prizes back in total. What do we get? We get 200 gold and 1 Dominaria booster pack. But of course, we were supposed to get 3 prizes, right? Well, it turns out that we got a Dominaria pack, and we got 2 different 100 gold prizes. Of course, I didn't know how much gold you could get, but I was not expecting the gold rewards to be that low. I came into this thinking, well, maybe it's worth it, you know, if the prizes are high enough. I am going out of this thinking it is not worth it to play flash events if you are not, just wanting to buy a booster pack. Because I didn't want to buy a booster pack, and instead I earned 200 gold technically, but you could also say I lost 800 gold that I would have used for other events. So just a warning to anyone out there, if you don't want a booster pack, it's probably not in your best interest to play flash events. Save your gold for the drafts and for quick constructed. So that's all I've got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was my first try at doing post commentary, so I hope it turned out pretty alright. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon.